Welcome to the 13th episode of Alpha Nights with our legendary Alpha Hunter, Nighthawk. Hi, Nighthawk.
Hey, Rowdy Jake, how are you?
I'm good. How has your day been?
It's been really good. I think it's a good day for Solana overall.
Finally, we made some profits.
Exactly right. We made some good profits. It's been a while since Hypediment like Great Codes has done well because we've seen Ajikan and Gods tank pretty badly. And I think Great Codes actually like Tripping Apes and Community 3, they followed a trend which got listed at a very high price point and then significantly dipped later on. But Great Codes, I think, followed a pattern more like OK Base, where it started around somewhere 2.9, I guess, that is below mint as well, and then significantly pumped up to almost 15 sol. So that is something nice. And also Shrouded Playground, right? Their limited collection, after seeing Great Codes performance, even they performed well and pumped to almost 20 sol. And Solana, of course, is back at 40. So that is something to cheer about.
So, do you think there's a potential for Great Goats to be the next OK Bear?
No, definitely not. In fact, you can see right now, as the reveal is in progress, comments are getting dumped hard. And there was a lot of FUD by the influencers as well, but those same influencers have bought a bunch of them, and immediately after reveal, everyone are dumping their comments. So it has probably potential. The price volume looks very healthy, but now we'll get started with tomorrow's mints, right? Tomorrow we have a pretty solid lineup, and with that lineup, the liquidity from Great Codes will be sucked and will be put into the mints from tomorrow. So that is the reason Great Codes might not immediately pump, but if they continue with what they are doing and continue with the hype, they can see some more price movement.
Okay. Do
Upwards.
you want to stir up some controversies? Shall we name drop the influencers?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you can see, right? There's this good influencer called Sniper, and I do follow him as well. He fudded Great Codes pretty badly, and finally, I mean, he in fact said that he'll get a tattoo on his forehead after if Great Codes does well around about 8 sol in the first 1 hour, and it actually did. But he never, obviously, like all the influencers, they just say words and fund the projects. But anyway, no one does anything. It is all farming, engagement farming, which is pretty common at the Twitter.
Why do you think he said that?
Probably he did not get whitelist. That could be very well one of the reason. Like, in fact, Frank, the founder of DGods, did similar stuff for OK Bears. Yeah, so this is a pretty common thing with the influencers.
This is an interesting pattern. I didn't know.
Yeah, it's common.
Do you want to get started with tomorrow's mints?
Yeah, let's get started. We have some nice mints for tomorrow.
The first one I have is Vandalcity.
This is the most hyped one out of the lot for tomorrow, and I'm glad Great Codes did really well today, because that will set a pattern for the upcoming mints. So Vandalcity, I believe, will do very well. You can see it from the Twitter followers and Discord members as well. And for every reaction or for every post, they get like huge, insane reactions, probably around 4K or so. So I think that is a pretty good sign. I think so. And this will do really well, just like Great Codes. And I'm definitely going to mint it also, of course. I do have whitelist, and I think I'll flip it somewhere around 10 plus exit is what I'm looking at.
That's good profit. What do you think of this one?
I really like that. And there is a Super
Very
Saiyan one,
good.
which is my personal favorite. And it was amazing, actually, the sneak peek. But the problem is there is not enough liquidity in the market to rotate. I mean, there are many big projects coming in. Vandalcity is also minting, but again, they'll definitely manage a sellout is what I'm thinking, and they might give some 2x profits probably. That is where I'd look my exit.
Do you think this will sell out given 666? Like now,
If you would have asked me yesterday, I would have said no. But with Great Coach performance and Soteki also doing well, I think yes, they might sell out.
I think the DJs are ready to play. They're like, okay, enough.
Yeah, they're tired. I mean, they want to mint anything and everything again.
Kidscartoon.
They entered the ecosystem with a bang. the Twitter and the Discord, immediately they gained some pretty good following and they did some pretty good collabs as well when they entered the ecosystem. But over the time, they were unable to maintain that. Somehow their hype died down. So that is an issue. Okay. Is the min price 1.75 sol? I thought it was 1 sol or something. Probably. I mean, if it is 1.75, it is pretty expensive. But again, if it is 1 sol and the collection size is small, I think they can still do well.
I think the whitelist is for 1 and the public is 1.7. I usually keep just the public.
Yeah, probably. I'm not really sure, but if it is 1 sol for whitelist as well, the collection size is pretty small and people are taking 1 sol bets pretty easily. So if it is 1, yeah, I think they can do well.
Okay. This is cool. I think this is my personal favorite.
This is actually good. Mint price and collection size is okay, and because they got the hype. Just like Susanoo, right? They might manage a sellout and probably do 2x. That is what my expectation is. The only issue for me personally is I think the advising team and I mean, whatever projects they've advised, right? Like Trippy World, those advisors, all those projects tanked on the secondary market, especially Trippy World in the recent times. So that is something to be cautious about. I'll be looking at the mint pace.
So if it will sell out and increase the
Yeah,
price,
I think it will list somewhere
what
around.
is a good point to enter?
It will be a quick flip around 2.5. I will not enter on secondary for sure. If people do mint it, I think it will be a quick flip around somewhere 2.5. I don't think so it will go above that, but let's see if I'm wrong.
Solrockers.
Earlier, some of the music NFTs, I think around a couple of months ago, were doing really well, but not anymore. So I don't think so with that kind of collection size, they'll even manage a sell up.
This is a big number.
Yeah.
Kaijucity.
I think these guys are derivative of the ETH project. It clearly looks like one, and the collection size is pretty low. They are just trying to, cash on the ETH hype and probably cater to that as a derivative. Nothing more.
Okay. What do you think of this one? I like it. Decent art.
Like it as well, but they do not have hype at all. I've seen their Discord as well. It looks pretty dull. There is no vibe and the reactions is also pretty less. So I don't think so they will sell out with that kind of price. Even the collection size is 555. But they might have some loyal followers who who might mint them. Let's
It's a
see.
small collection, just 555.
But the price is pretty high, right? So they should have at least 25k followers for this, or at least 10,000 followers for this collection to sell out with 2.5k and 2.5 sol. Let's see.
Okay. I think that's the last slide I have. Do you want to give any other alphas?
Not really. I think our last alpha call, Famous Fox, I pumped a bit from 38, I believe, to somewhere around 44. But other than that, actually, Cosmic Ape Crusaders is something that I'm looking at because the only reason is the founder is Soulport Tom. These days, ME is doing so pretty bad. Like even today, right after Great Goats, it broke down for a while, probably around a few minutes, and I had to get my second one from Coral Cube. So, and also the activity tab, right? They are really misusing their monopoly power because the activity tab hasn't been fixed for what, like 4 days now, and with company of that size ignoring the one of the key factors, which is activity, is really bad for the ecosystem. So I think someone will take over, and the closest competitor I personally see is Soulport. So the founder might have some money, and if that will happen, all his projects will pump. And by now you should know I like low entry points. So Cosmic Ape is somewhere around 1.8. So I'll probably look at that.
Yeah.
I think other than that, let's see how tomorrow's mints will go.
Okay. So this slide is for our viewers. This is not a financial advice. Please do your own research. To follow more of our content, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, Nighthawk. It was nice having you. Have a good night.
Have a good night. Cheers.